This video is gonna be a continuation of the previous video that I made on how to wash your leather boots. If you haven't seen the video, I'm gonna post a link down below. I used saddle soap or pumpkin soap, and I have left the boots to dry for a couple of days. They are really clean, but now they need moisturizing. See, the leather is kind of rough now and it's kind of stiff, and the best product that you can use for this is natural materials. In this case I'm gonna use beaver oil or grease. I think you can find it in the US. It's more popular mink oil mixed with beeswax and other stuff. It works just as well. This doesn't even have a brand. It's like a local person who produces this thing, but it works really well at moisturizing the boot as well as keeping it waterproof. So what you do is I like to use my fingers because that way you can rub it in really well and make sure that all the tight spots are taken care of. So I'm gonna start with the tongue here. Apply a small dab of the product and work it in with your fingers. The heat from your fingers and from the friction are gonna make the oil or the grease really easy to work with, and you'll be able to work all the tight spaces like here, which are oftentimes the spots that are less looked after and the ones that are more prone to being damaged. So you work it really well over the entire surface. Get a bit more, and you do this throughout the entire boot. And to save you the agony of watching this boring part, I'm gonna cut right here, and I'll be back when I'm finished rubbing the entire boot. So stay with me. Okay, as you can see, I'm almost done here. I've almost got the entire boot, and I like to do it this way because I don't care about the color of the boot. No, I don't care if the scratches here are visible. So all that I care is that my boot is moisturized and would last a long time. So I don't take too much attention on painting the boot. For me, this is enough because I want the weather worn out look. If you like to, there's nothing wrong with looking after your boots and painting them with shoe paint, of course. And then you can use this moisturizer. What this does, besides waterproofing, is it makes the leather much softer, so the boot wears more comfortable. Okay, so now that I'm done, I've got all the entire boot. You can see that it's really greasy, and in order for the leather to absorb this fat, this grease, it's a good choice to heat it up. Not too much. You can do this a couple of ways. You can put them out in the sun for a couple of hours and let the sun warm the leather, turning it around every half an hour, and that would open the pore of the leather, and so the product would be absorbed into the inside of the leather. Now, if you don't want to do that with the sun, you can use a hair dryer. With the warm air from the hair dryer, works just as well. I don't have a hair dryer at hand, but I do have this industrial heat gun, and I'm gonna have to be very careful because this gives out a tremendous amount of heat, and it's dangerous because you can fry the leather with the oil and the leather, if you heat it up too much, you can actually fry it. So carefully, just heating it. If your hand can take it, then it's okay. If you put it too close, it burns my hand. So at a safe distance, go all around the boot. As you can see, it gets really glossy. That's because the oils are getting heat up and the leather is starting to feel a little warm as well, which is good. Just a little bit, remember, not too much. So work all around the boot really well, being careful not to burn it. Take special care to the toe cap area, which is the one that shows most wear. And I don't know if you can see, but it's starting to be absorbed. And that's exactly what we want. And when you think it's warm enough, you can either let the boots to cool off for I don't know, like an hour maybe, and absorb the rest of the product. And then what I like to do is I use a simple just a simple shoe brush, and I brush the excess off real easy. I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a couple minutes. I'm gonna let this cool off and absorb what's left of the oil. Okay, so now that most of the grease has been absorbed, you're left with this shiny greasy stuff that it's hard to absorb. So to get rid of that, I just simply take the brush, just brush it like this all around the boot as well. And what this does is it makes the residual oils disappear. Not entirely, I mean, it's still shiny, but now it's not as greasy. You can also use a cotton rag if you want to wipe the excess off. And if you don't like the shine, it'll fade out in a couple of days once you've worn them. But now you can be sure that your boots are fully moisturized, greased, and taken good care of. So this is the boot that's ready, and this is the one that I have yet to grease. You can see the difference. This one's really dry, and this one is shiny and moisturized. Over time, this one would recover the natural boot color. Not exactly, but it's gonna be a bit darker, but it's okay, I don't mind. So there you have it, guys. Boots all greased up, clean, moisturized, and ready to go. And some of you guys have been asking what type of boots are these, and these are the Red Wing. Let me focus on that. Red Wings 8131, made in the US. Excellent quality boots. I've had this for almost 2 years now. Super comfortable, super durable, and stylish as well. So I hope you like my video. Please comment, subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you like it, recommend it, share it, I thank you for your support, and I'll be seeing you on my next video. Thanks a lot.